Hello, everybody. This is once again Jeanith, and today we are gonna be talking about faith. I know I have talked about faith in several episodes previously, which means, yeah, I am a woman of faith, and without faith, I think I am nowhere to be found at the moment. I believe that it is because of my faith that I am here and I am doing what I do. So, welcome once again to your Energy Booster podcast. Last time, we delved deep into the essence of love, and today we're taking a step further, exploring the transformative power of faith, not just as a belief, but as an active, living force in our daily lives. So, are you ready? Let's go! Faith. It's more than just believing in something. It's about trusting, even when we can't see the outcome yet. As Hebrews 11:1 tells us, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. It is clearly stated here that more than belief, faith is something that we are so confident about, even if we have not seen anything yet. Isn't it profound? Isn't it something big or huge? I think it is. I think if we have a faith just as small as a mustard seed, then we wouldn't worry about things. We would have so much peace that regardless of everything that's going on around us, God will still deliver His promises to our lives. And that for me is something so comforting. And, in fact, if you're reading the Bible, there's a lot of stories in there showcasing faith in action. And yeah, let's journey through a few. Let's say Moses and the Red Sea. If you are familiar of that story, it is one of the most iconic tales of faith. Moses faced with the Red Sea ahead and Pharaoh's army behind. Yet he trusted in God's promise. With faith in God's guidance, he parted the Red Sea, leading the Israelites to safety. This incredible act of faith can be found in Exodus 14, if you may. Can you imagine that story? Like, hey, there's no way out. What I have right now is a dead end, and my enemies are out there behind me, and I have nowhere to go. Yeah, we faced that moments or those moments in our lives day in and day out, and we become confused and terrified and afraid of what we're gonna do because there's no way out and we're gonna die. You know, I don't know which aspect in your life you are struggling right now, and you thought there's no more way out. There's just no way that you can overcome that challenge in your life. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's your career, your business. Maybe it's your finances. I don't know. Every day each one of us is struggling with different problems that we encounter. But you see, Moses, just like Moses, who believed that God will fulfill his promise, had that faith that God could part that ocean, that Red Sea, so they can cross and the enemies won't catch them. And so it happened. And so it did. They were able to cross the Red Sea and the enemies died. So just basing on that story, where are you in your life right now that you are losing that hope, that belief, that faith that God is so big and powerful and would deliver you from all of those problems, will take you to the promised land, that will fulfill all his promises to your life. So that's just one. That's just one story. Another one is the story of David and Goliath. This young shepherd boy named David, armed with only a sling and stones, faced the giant Goliath. Imagine, like, oh, I can be able to defeat him. But ooh, he didn't even look at him like, oh, that's Goliath, he's a giant. But his unwavering faith in God's protection led him to victory against all odds. And you can dive into this story in 1 Samuel 17. So, what are your Goliaths at the moment? I know there are a few. I do have my own Goliaths too. I do have my greatest fears too. Each one of us, human as we are, we face this problems every day that we thought would devour us, would eat us alive. And yet, yeah, for sure. If it is just us, if it is just us fighting all these problems every day, 100% we will be defeated. But if we have God, what then? What then can tear us apart? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Because our God is so great and powerful. And no matter how small or weak we are, if we just hold Him And if we just let Him hold us, then we can defeat all those giants. Yeah, not only that story, we have another one, Abraham and Isaac. Whew, this one is tough. Abraham's faith was tested when God asked him to sacrifice his beloved son, Isaac. I am a mother, and if God will tell me, you offer your children to me, I wouldn't know what I would do. That's tough. That's hard. But even in the face of such a heart wrenching request, Abraham's faith never wavered. God, seeing his unwavering trust, provided a ram as a substitute for Isaac. And you can check on this story if you open Genesis 22. I know if if Abraham's faith was, was dead, or if he did not believe in God, I don't think he will, you know, he will obey God. And yet, because of his faith, because of his belief, then he obeyed him. Because he knows deep within his heart. He knew that God's plan is always better than our plans. And when he was tested and God proved how huge his faith was, then God fulfilled his promise to his life to be the man of all nations. That's Abraham. He was, you know, God delivered, God fulfilled his promise to his life. And then lastly, well, there's still a few, but we'll have only four. Okay, so the woman with the bleeding disorder, if you can still remember that story. Amidst the crowd, a woman who had been suffering for 12 years believed that just touching Jesus' cloak would heal her. Her active faith combined with her action led her healing. Jesus said to her, your faith has healed you. And you can check on this story if you open Mark 5:25 to 34. So this woman just believed in her heart that if he could just touch the cloak of Jesus, then she will be healed. Wow. Wow. And guess what happened? Because of his faith, she was healed. Faith. Faith is an everyday challenge for each one of us. Because from time to time, we lose this belief because we couldn't see it. We couldn't see any proof. We want proof. We want, God to answer our prayers right away. And we do not trust Him on this journey. I know and I believe that when we asked, it shall be given. But God did not say it shall be given right away. First, He will teach us, then He will test us. then He will keep on testing us. And while He is testing us, He wants to see us growing in our faith and walk with Him. Because, all these things doesn't matter if we are not even growing our spiritual life with Him. If we are not even growing our character to be like Him. So, those are the stories in the Bible. And these stories remind us that faith isn't just about believing, it's about trusting in God's plan, even when the path seems uncertain. Each of these individuals took action based on their faith, and in doing so, they changed the course of history. So, how do we turn our faith into action? It starts with small steps, whether it's helping a neighbor, volunteering, or simply taking a moment to pray for someone. These actions are fueled by our faith and belief in a higher purpose because, after all, it's not all about us. When we combine faith with action, we witness everyday miracles. Relationships heal, opportunities arise, and challenges become stepping stones. James 2:17 reminds us, thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, it's dead. So, faith without action, it's not faith at all. Faith coupled with action is what faith is all about. So, if you want to boost your faith, maybe you can try some of these steps. Number one, reflection. Spend time in prayer, meditation, and connecting with your beliefs. I believe that, you know, 5 to 10 minutes of daily reflection is already huge and can make a lot of changes in your life. Number two, seek guidance. Dive into scriptures, the Bible. Read the Bible. Connect with Jesus by reading the Bible or some spiritual readings that inspire action or some religious or podcasts about Christianity, about faith, about love. Something that can help you grow. Community. Surround yourself with like minded individuals who encourage faith driven actions because you are the sum of the five people that you are spending time with. Find people that can influence you to grow your faith. Find a small group. You can't be alone in this journey. You can't grow if you're just by yourself. You need people. You need to connect with these people. So you need to trust. Trust God in this journey. And as you trust God, you can trust people that He brings into your life. Our journey of faith is continuous, evolving, and deeply personal. But one thing's for sure, when we put our faith into action, we become vessels of positive change in the world. So let's take that leap. Trust the process and witness the everyday miracles around us. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that this content has helped you with your growth, with your spiritual growth today. And if you think that this podcast can be helpful to someone in your life, feel free to share it with them. Thank you so much and congratulations for taking time to take care of your spiritual life today. Until next time, once again, this is Jeanith Padilla. I love you and God bless.